Hey guys, welcome to episode 6 of the FSB series. Today I have a dear friend, Amala Mary Mathew. And she's changed it to me. Like I know her for a couple of years, and she's very like the man I am today. She has helped me a lot in my decisions and the different things I've done in my life. She really means a lot to me, and I'm grateful to God for this opportunity that God is giving her to proclaim His glory. So we're going to ask her 3 questions today about her journey, what she's gone through, and I hope it touches the viewers to see this. So, JJ, how are you going?
I'm good.
Doing well.
How are you?
I'm doing really well. I'm really grateful to be here. So, the first question I want to ask you today is this. So, you are a cradle Catholic, which means you were born in a Catholic family, right? But my question is, was there ever a time in your life where you didn't believe in the teachings of the Catholic Church, even though you were born in the family, you're going to Sunday Mass, or going to different parts, activities in the church? Was there a time, a phase in your life where you didn't believe in Him even?
I think, I don't know, to answer this question is very complicated because I think right from the age of being a teenager, at the age of 15 or something, I started questioning my faith.
Yeah.
Like, I'm from a very strong Catholic family. And my parents has been like in the they've literally lived out their faith life in faith. And for me, even after seeing all that, I had like thousands of questions in my head, like thousands of questions in a sense. I started feeling like church is very boring, like the teachings of church wasn't making any sense. And even praying to Mother Mary and all of that I was not able to make sense of anything. Like, why are we doing this? And I think there were like 3 stages in my life where, I would doubt all this, and then God would bring me back. Again, I will have another stage in my life, and maybe I could just say like there were 3 phases in my life. One was when I was a teenager. So that's when I actually started thinking, is there God actually? Forget Catholic Church, Christianity, everything. Is there God?
Wow.
Like, how can you explain the existence of God with science? Or, I mean, I started seeing the things around in my life. Like, I don't know, how do I explain this? It's just about, I'm seeing the suffering around in this world.
Yeah.
And I'm not able to understand, like, if there is a God, why is this happening? Like, if God is present, like, I don't know, if there is a God, He should be just, and people shouldn't be suffering, especially innocent people. Why is there pain in this world? Or why, if there is heaven, is it so complicated that we are not able to see it? Or we don't have, like, straight away a strong proof that there is heaven, or there is. How can we find answers to all this question with our visible eye? Like, this was very hard for me, like very, very hard. Especially, I was brought up, I mean, till the age of 26, nearly 26, I was in India. Like, I was born and brought up in India. And I've seen I've been brought up around Hinduism. Like, the school where I studied, it was full of Hindus and Muslims, and Christianity was actually just a minority there. And I've seen their spirituality, and I've seen the morality that each of the religion brings in. And I was not able to understand why Christianity was different, or why actually there is God, why should we believe in God? And also, I think for all that questions, in one way or the other, I've actually, there is a funny phase in my life where I actually stopped going to church, but it was very short, like, would say maybe for a month or 2. And if and like, I was very rebellious during that time in my home. And my parents were like, why are you doing this? Especially my mom and my sister, they were like, why are you why are you being a rebellion and all of that? And my dad used to be very, very sort of composed and calm during all that phase. He would just, smile at me when I was trying to be rebellious, and he would just come and tell me. He never sort of tried to explain anything unless I was annoyed. He was this chill and calm when I was having such a phase. And and we had this very deep conversation where he was able to tell me, he was able to convince me that there is God.
Wow.
Yeah, like scientifically, like physically, like there could be a God.
Yeah.
Like he tried to bring my focus to the world. Like there is beauty in this world. Like
That's
you
right.
can see, like see around us, we can see like bunch of trees,
Yeah.
but there is harmony in between them. Like every there is some sort of balance amongst the chaos we are seeing, and every sort of thing. And my I don't know, for some reason he was able to convince me that there is God. And another question for me was about, if there is a God, who is he? Like what is he like? How can you define God? Or how, you can say there is God. Is it like an energy? Is it like a higher power? Like, a lot of people in spirituality would say like there is a higher power.
Mm.
So I think I started believing like there is God, but I wasn't sure like who is he? Who is he like? What are the rules of life? Or how can I please him? Okay, as I was saying,
Mm.
like I was having all these questions in my head, and
Yeah.
somehow I mean, I was just trying to search for God in all sort of, I used to read a bit a lot,
Yeah.
and I also used to observe everything around me, and somewhere I thought, okay, maybe Jesus is God. Jesus is the God, because the way in which love was explained
Yeah.
in I mean, like in a religious setting, was I could only find, the definition of love being, well explained in Christianity, like
Wow.
through
So you're
Jesus.
saying all religions looked at it, but I mean Christianity
Yeah, like
produced the understanding.
I mean, I liked certain aspects of Buddhism or other sort of spirituality where they explain more about peace and,
Mm.
very good sense of morality. But then, like when it comes to Christianity, love has a very different dimension. Like you see the explanation of love in like no other way. Like it's beyond. It's very hard to understand what love is, and I think Christianity or the teachings of Jesus is the only place where I could find, love being explained in a very different way.
Mm.
And that's when I thought, that was my reasoning to land at Jesus.
Mm.
And then again, it was about like, is church the right place,
Mm.
or is, how is he like? I mean, we know like Christ have said us many things to do, like love each other and all of that.
That's right.
But then, like once when we live in this world, we have a lot of things around. Like there are things that which we feel is not yet explained well in the Bible. There are things which confuses us with the morality or everything that's around us, especially after coming to Australia. I think there was a phase in my life I started seeing people around me
Yeah.
who were atheist, and they were they were having like,
And agnostic as well.
yeah,
Like yeah.
agnostic and
Yeah.
atheist people who
Yeah.
were, who were living a decent life, not hurting other people, who were like much more kinder, not judgmental, and like very nice people. But they never choose religion because they thought religion was such a mess. It
Mm.
just
Yeah.
causing,
See.
it just they just found religion to be dividing people rather than bringing them closer. And that's what I was like, again, they didn't want God to live a peaceful life. That's what I saw around me. Yeah,
Wow.
like very nice people, like the people
Yeah.
whom I work with and all of that, like wonderful people. But then it just, and then when I look at the church where we are, I felt there is a
Mm.
lot of judgment,
That's
there is a
right.
lot of, you're doing wrong, you're doing right, all sort of things.
That's right.
And I felt, is this the right place, or is this how God is, or is this what he intended,
Mm.
like that sort of a thing. And
Yeah.
then, and again, I was having a tough period in my own life, like where I was trying to be genuine to God, like in what I do, in how I live. But then I was having, my own struggles and pain and everything. Like
Mm.
everybody have their own suffering in this world. But then I was not able to understand, like especially you would be knowing that it's been 5 years since I got married, and then I do not have I'm facing infertility issues. And then I had a phase in life where I was like, why me? I was someone who always wanted kids and all of that. And then all of a sudden, you give your 100% to God, and then you see Him not responding back to you. And then you're like, why me, God? Like, why? And I think everybody who's going through sickness, it's just only after that I went through the situation that I was able to understand, people who were suffering, and people who were people who were in pain. Like, my eyes was like literally opened after going through this phase.
Wow.
I understood the sort of, everybody, like, there might be people who are listening to this who are facing infertility issues or miscarriages or other sort of pain. And then every time you have a sickness, or every time you face something, really, hit hard bottom, you would question, like, you have a shame inside you, like, why me? Why is it happening to me?
Yeah.
Where did I go wrong? Did I is this because something I did? God
Yeah.
is not. I prayed for healing, and I prayed for, I don't know, just I tried to give my complete self to God, and then I wasn't able to find an answer. And I was like, are you really there? Or, like,
That's right. I agree with that.
I think it's just like series of situations in my life, and maybe the people who are close to me, like, what things that happened in their life made me question the existence of God. Like, are you for real, or what are you trying to do? Like, I felt like there was so much things hidden, and I think I reached to a place where I was totally exhausted. Like, I had one question after the other, like, I would say, like, thousands of questions to not believe in God, like, which made
Wow.
me totally confused. And
Well, that's
yeah.
So you were saying, so there was a lot of things happening in your life, and then you got to a point like, okay, I don't see a reason for God to exist, kind of thing. It's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I see pain and suffering in the world, all this and that, but I don't see a reason for it to exist. So something changed, right? That's why you're here today. So that's amazing. So the next question will be she'll be sharing on what changed. So until then, see you guys next time.